Hi, my name is Doran Van Donnelen, and I'm a professor of geography at UAA. And first off, I'd like to thank Hiroko Harada for giving me the chance to virtually appear at this conference. My involvement with the Dickson Center has been relatively small, but I had the wonderful opportunity, thanks to Hiroko's work and the work of the Dickson Center, to travel to Japan, to Rikuzentakata, first with Hiroko, and then secondly with a group of students in the summer of 2015. And I thought rather than just be a talking head, I would show on Google Earth where we went, since I am a geography professor, and then speak just a little bit in addition to how I continue to use what I learned in Rikuzentakata in the courses that I teach today. So we started off, of course, in Anchorage at UAA, and then from there, we eventually flew to Japan and traveled to Rikuzentakata. Though, of course, as you can imagine, the trip was not quite as direct as it's shown on Google Earth. We eventually went to Rikuzentakata, where we had the opportunity to really see the city and to see how the city was recovering from the great earthquake and tsunami of March 11th, 2011. I continue to use the information I gleaned from my visit along with Google Earth to teach my students about this in my Geography 101 class in particular. Students are required to look at Google Earth imagery and to investigate what Rikuzentakata looked like before the tsunami, and then not long after the tsunami had taken place. And then to see how it slowly rebuilt over time. It's a really wonderful opportunity for students to explore not only natural hazards and the sorts of hazards that we face in Alaska, but also to explore the sorts of tools that we can use through satellite imagery to understand not only natural hazards, but also recovery as well. Of course, students who had the opportunity to visit the city had the opportunity to really understand the breadth of the challenges faced, the tragedy faced, and to learn great lessons that potentially could impact them in their own communities in Alaska. This was aided in part by our visit to Owate University, where we were guests and learned a great deal about the research that that university is doing in hazards and hazard preparation, as well as in tsunami dynamics. In addition to visiting the northern part of Honshu, we also had the opportunity to visit Tokyo as well. We did so as tourists, but we also had the chance to go to the Earthquake Science Museum as well. I think students were quite impressed not only with the opportunity to visit the Earthquake Science Museum, but also to explore Tokyo in its wonderful diversity. After we visited Tokyo, we had the opportunity to go to Kyoto, where we went to the Kiyomitsu Temple, which you will learn more about. And this is the temple complex that we visited. It was a powerful experience, and students had a wonderful opportunity there. The final place that we visited was in the very southern part of the city, in Hiroshima, where we explored and had the opportunity to go to the very important site showing the atomic destruction that that city faced. And Hiroko and I used this as a way to frame the experience, to talk about the resilience of the Japanese people in the face of disaster. Not only natural disaster, but also human-made disaster as well. It was a really powerful experience, as I said. It continues to inform what I do today. And I'm sure that the students who had the opportunity to go on this trip were equally impressed with it. I'd really like to thank everyone who's been involved in this and the work that the Dickson Center has done throughout the years. Again, thank you, and enjoy and good luck with the conference.